1, 2, 3, clap. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast, over there in Scotland, showing off their Vegas pride. That is Brogan Hastings.
And over there in Australia, showing off what I assume is his Star Wars pride, that's Wayne Giovanazzi.
I don't have pride of Star Wars. Star Wars for me is very much like Pokemon. I'm not really into it. I don't know much about it, but I have a lot of things to do with it, like clothing and stuff like that. You
enjoy the lore, but not the source material.
I don't know. I think maybe I enjoy the source material more than the lore. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll tell you a thing about every single Star Wars movie. Every single Star Wars thing, except for the one with my boy Pedro, right? Mm-hmm. So everything except The Mandalorian.
Yep.
At some point, I get bored.
Yes.
Right? Like whether that's the point where like Yoda is having a chat to Luke and Luke just keeps asking him questions is like, fuck this, and he just dies because he doesn't want to answer any more questions.
He just nopes out.
Yeah, there's parts like that in every single movie, Star Wars movie, that I just can't. No, I'm lost. I mean, that happens very early on in the prequel trilogy.
It really does.
It does, yeah. I mean, the fucking first one, episode 1, opens with what? Trade talk agreements or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the excitement, hey? Yeah. But I guess it's important. It's important, though, for those 3 movies, the prequels, to exist because, you know, it establishes the start of something. Do you see what I'm doing here? Do you see what I'm doing?
Yes, yeah, I do. It took me a second.
How good is that? How good is this segue?
I'm very proud of you.
It establishes the beginning of the lore. It's an origin story, if you will.
As if we haven't gone through this enough.
Yeah, because it was a couple of, or maybe last week before, I think I asked you, how long have we actually known each other?
Yeah.
And you were like 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I think we were trying to work stuff out. And then like later on, you messaged me a few days later saying that you can shed some light on the situation. And I replied saying, hey, I've got information on this as well. So we're going to compare, contrast, see what we both have to say. And they might be the same thing. If it is, this is going to be pretty boring content.
but same brain. But same brain.
But, do you want same brain, or do you want to be more like Penn and Teller and have recollections of events, but different recollections of how they occurred?
Oh. Which one of us is Penn and which one of us is Teller in that situation?
Well, you've said multiple times I'm Teller because I'm older and it's the same age gap.
Yeah, I know.
Artistically, though,
I'd say that I love Penn. I do love Penn, but I feel like me and Teller.
Yeah. I do more talking than you, so
you definitely do.
Yeah. All right, Howie, you start. You start on what is this light you are willing to shed? So
I don't know what made me think about it, but I vividly remember one of the streams where I thought, oh, we are on good terms, friendly, friends, talking, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Was when you were doing a drawing stream and we started I can't remember how it started, but it came to the conversation where I was talking about the time where I was trying to explain to somebody that I felt hungry and sore at the same time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And it came out as, and I just, out of context, turned round to my work colleague Lara at the time and said, I'm whore. She just looked at me like, what the fuck are you saying? And I went, I'm hungry and sore. She's like, don't ever say that again.
Yeah.
And we got into a conversation about you're not you when you're whore.
Yeah.
ICS bits that don't exist.
Yeah,
and that's how I remember us really connecting.
So you're going for connections rather than you're going for spirit of the law, not letter of the law. Of the law.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm going the other way. I'm going letter of the law.
Okay.
Because I was going through my Twitch, getting rid of like old videos. I was fixing up my Twitch, and there were some unpublished videos, unpublished highlights, which I hadn't published for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And going through them, you ready for this? I have an exact date.
Oh my God! No, you do not.
Exact date. And I know the very first thing you ever said to me.
What did I say?
You said, "Hey Wayne."
Hey Wayne.
But the date, it's like, "Oh, hey, 7 billion scoops," because that's when your handle was still 7 billion scoops.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think I said, "I know who you are, 7 billion scoops. Do you want me to refer to you as your real name or aliases or whatever?" And you're like, "Ha ha ha, real name is fine."
Mm-hmm.
It was, I mean, we haven't known each other for 2 years.
How long have we known each other?
Almost 2 years. By the time this comes out, it'll be even closer to 2 years. But as we record, it is the 22nd of October, 2023.
Uh-huh.
First contact was 12th of November, 2021.
No.
Yeah, right. It's less than 2 years, and we've already...
I must
now,
have...
do we say taken over or destroyed the world?
I must have done... That can't be first contact.
That was 100% first contact.
How do you know?
Because from then, that was an unpublished video, and I published it, and then I went back through the stream history, and you did not appear. It was me, like, talking to Nort, Scoop John B, and stuff, and this was definitely the first time you appeared.
Wow.
Yep. Because...
So, I maybe was
That's the thing I say. Maybe.
Jesus.
But that's the first thing I say to anyone whose username I recognize is, do you want me to refer to you by your real name or username?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
It seems like we were talking for so much longer before Christmas.
November through till April.
Yeah.
Before meeting in real life.
Yeah, but even
That's
that...
5 months.
Because I remember us
Not
talking,
even.
and I remember there being, like, a real possibility of you being like, I don't know if we're going to make it to Scoop Fest. I was like, you need to come. And I was sure that was all before Christmas, and it seemed longer than 2 months.
Well, no. It was well after Christmas as well, because due to lockdown and travel restrictions was the main issue.
Yes. I remember that now.
Yeah, as opposed to this year, which is monetary issues. And I just realized I don't have a travel visa for the Americas, and that's just more money I'd have to spend to be able to get into North America. So, that's a TBD at the moment. TBD. Oh, the expression on your face. You're not looking happy. You're looking angry.
No, because I already know that...
Chris should be there.
Chris will be there. But Chris definitely can't make it for 3 weeks. And I know Jobith's not going to be there because he's I don't know if I'm allowed to say what he's doing.
I know that he said that he wasn't going to be at Scoop Fest.
He's doing another thing that's around either the week before, the week after, but which means he's away.
Yep.
But so yeah. Aww.
Yeah.
So Justin, brother, you gotta come save me.
I was gonna send Justin a message today saying, "Hey, I know this is very late notice because I don't know what time it is in his home state." It's like, but if you're awake, we can record. But I've decided we're not going to leave it to last minute. Like, I mean, we only abuse Chris like that. We only. That's because we know Chris wakes up in that style.
We know that Chris wakes up at like 2 o'clock in the morning anyway.
Yeah, he sent me a message today, and I was like, yeah, you should go back to bed. And he's like, no, this is my old madness to wake up at 3:30 because, well, just because time.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking hell, man. Go to sleep. Yeah. Even I today was like, I'm staying in bed. I'm going to stay in bed a bit longer. I'm usually up basically for 8 o'clock my time before then to start streaming at around 8 or 8:30, whatever. So and then I used to, when I was employed back in the day, I'd have to be up well early. So yeah, morning time.
Yeah. I'm usually awake for latest 10 o'clock. And if not, the 10 o'clock alarm that says take your drugs goes off.
Yep.
So...
Which is hilarious. Oh, wow, 10 o'clock. That's my time as well, 10 o'clock. For my alarm. For the thing you can't. But it's like, in this first stream where you actually spoke up and said something, we're not just lurking, it was 1:45 your time, AM, when you're like, I have to go to bed now. Because I skipped through the chat a little bit just to see what we were talking about.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Just random stuff. But I'll post the link to that specific video so everyone can see first contact.
Aww.
Yeah. But that was your MO. It was stay up late to worm your way into friendship.
Yes.
That's how we roll. We worm our way into everything. That's just what we do.
I mean, honestly, if I put as much effort into a lot of other areas of my life as I did making friends with you, I would be so much further. I would.
Dude, imagine if you weren't friends with me, how much further you would be. You'd be fine.
I'd be nowhere.
Yeah, okay, sure. Blame it all on me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Between you and Matt Donnelly, I think, yeah.
Oh, let's say Matt Donnelly all the way. Mm-hmm. Oh, so sad. I was editing the episode 100 bonus content, and I posted it today. Matt Donnelly, the ultimate professional, cut down his recordings to the podcast perfectly, which means we had no bonus content of Matt Donnelly.
Damn it.
It's just us talking about Matt Donnelly. So disappointed.
Aww.
Because, I mean, there would have been about maybe an extra 7 minutes of us talking to Donnelly pre-recording. That's fine. Oh, well. What are we going to do? We'll have to wait till episode, 200, Penn Jillette, 201, Matt Donnelly. Well, it depends how the recordings fall. Because we're recording 200 and 201 on the same day. We can't be like ICS and be like, hey, we've got a guest for the first episode. It's like, oh, we've got our next guest coming in. First guest, time for you to fuck off.
You do realise that this is the first time we've actually verbalised that plan on air.
It is not a plan. It is a goal. It is a dream.
It is a dream. It is a dream.
Yeah, we're following in the footsteps of our podcast fathers. That's all.
That's true.
Getting Penn Jillette for episode 200.
Yeah.
That's the. We're putting it out here now. We want.
Hey, buddy, nice podcast.
Said live on the air.
We do want that.
Recorded live. Let's go with the recorded live
Okay,
on our show as opposed to PSS. And not with Matt Donnelly added in the end for tst.
What episode do we try and get my beloved Teller on air?
Look, you gosh, you have some ins. You have a little bit of an in with Teller.
I do.
You feel free to try. I need to email Piff again because I'm gonna wait till I've fully read the Piff Magic Book, Piff the Magic Book Volume 1, before I reach out to him. I think you should do the same.
Yes.
Before we talk to him. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe some sales have started to slow and he needs a bit more coin. We can pump it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we give it that booster shot that it needs.
And you're of course inviting Miss Jade Simone.
I think Miss Jade Simone should be on the show before Piff.
Yes.
I think we've discussed that before, and we both agree.
She needs her own episode.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, I'm 99.9% sure that is the episode that my mum will probably listen to more than once.
Yeah. Do you know if your mum has listened to like Jade on Side Hustle? Because that's really good.
I don't think so.
That's my favourite Side Hustle.
There you go.
That and Piff are my favourite Side Hustle episodes.
I do like them. I like Matt's one as well, because that's just funny listening to him talking with Sarah about it. It's like, we're married, we know this, but...
Yeah.
I wonder if... So yeah, there you go, Mum. Well, search Miss Jade Simone and see what comes up.
Are you saying just go into the podcast app and search Miss Jade Simone?
Yeah.
Well, Piff Pod will come up.
Piff Pod comes up.
We will probably come up.
We don't.
ICS will... No? Really? Okay.
ICS comes up. Piff Pod a lot comes up. And...
of course it does.
Side Hustle comes up. There's other stuff there as well, but I don't think it's actual Jade Simone. So...
I was about to say I miss the piss pod. I miss the piss pod. I miss the piff. I miss the piss pod. I miss the piss. Wow, now I really can't say it.
You miss the Piff Pod.
I miss Jade Simone, the Piff Pod. Yes, and
so
then I remembered there are so many episodes that I haven't listened to. So,
that's the thing. I
go through my back cat.
I really miss it as well because I miss because it used to drop on either a Saturday or a Sunday. So I would wake up on the weekend and there would be a new video on YouTube of the video recording of the podcast, and I would just sit there and it would be great. It would be so good. Yep. So I miss that.
I have started reading the Piff book, right? I've basically read the introduction, which is so I've read the intro by Mr. Pendulette. I've read how he became Piff, basically, which is like the life story of Piff the Magic Dragon. Which, a truncated version, I guess. And I've read half of the first trick, which is the dog food can, right?
All right, cool.
So it's reading what Penn had to say and what Piff had to say about origin stories. It's crazy in such a short period of time that all this has happened, really. And now that Piff has a big magic book saying, hey, here's like 8 of my tricks and how they're done. It's like, this is like deathbed confession shit.
Yeah.
But reading the origin story, there's a part where he talks about Perth specifically.
Perth, Australia,
So
or Perth, my Perth?
Perth, Australia. My Perth. So Piff has ties to Perth, like deep ties to Perth now, due to the Perth Fringe being like the first year of the Perth Fringe and him being invited to it almost accidentally. And me being the official, he says cartoonist of Piff the Magic Dragon, but I don't like cartoonist. Cartoonist sounds like I draw things in a newspaper. And as we know, print media is dead. So
Says you reading a book in print media.
Sorry, I mean print news is dead. Print news is dead. Books are alive. Books are alive. I went to point to my Piff book behind me, which is behind me, but I was actually pointing at yours, which is behind you. But it's also very much like, because I've been around for all of this and remember all of this happening in this journey, it's like nostalgic for me as well. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when Piff was on the first season of Fool Us, and then learning a bit more about that you didn't know before, and so oh yeah, and when he went to America's Got Talent, and then like other stuff that was going on at the same time. It's a good insight. I like it. So I think my favorite genre of book is biography, and this is the biography section. Yeah. So it's good. It's good.
I do like those bits.
But also, his writing style. It's not the exact same as his joke performance style. And there are so many jokes and parallels that I'm seeing in the way that he writes, the same way that my number one Australian comedic genius boy, Sean McAuliffe, does. As it is crazy that I'm like, that is a joke that Sean McAuliffe would make. Yeah. Like, for example, one joke he makes is saying... you need to do a bill change or a bill swap, right? Yeah. And so he says, fold the bill into a thumb tip. But then for the exact fold, learn magic. Stuff like that. Yeah. It's insanely. It's the whole thing is just he's written it to be funny. Good. That's all it is. It's so far the most entertaining magic book I've ever read. Good. And I've never read through a full magic book because they've all been boring as fucking shit.
I've read through a couple. I tend to skip to certain parts. I've read the first volume of Tarble. First 1.5 volumes of Tarble. I've read Hiding the Elephant, but that doesn't really count because that's more a history of magic. Yeah. What was the other one I read?
Have you started volume 7 of Tarble?
I haven't yet, no.
Yeah.
The secret 7th volume.
I think is...
Ninth volume, I think.
Oh, it's the 9th volume?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the 9th volume is also I'm going to very much enjoy that one.
Yeah. Although the 7th volume of Tarble is supposed to be the best one, as in to learn when you're learning magic. That's supposed to be the most...
Yeah.
But...
Okay, we're gonna have to get into this because you haven't read the Piff book. I've only read a little bit, but I only received my I'm gonna call it a care package, my Piff care package. Yeah. In the past week, right? And there was like me freaking out at points because it's like, well, what if I'm not getting this and that? What if it doesn't get sent to me? Is it going to take forever for me to get? And then communication is usually how these issues are solved. Communication was made, but I was going to say something that I'm going to refrain from saying.
Okay.
For now. Yeah, if I said it, you would be like, oh, yes, I know where you're coming from there, Wayne, because you lived through my ordeal of me having to get the Piff Comic sorted in time for this big deluxe edition.
I mean,
right?
That's putting it mildly, yes.
Yeah, exactly. It was an ordeal for me. It was very stressful. And
Yeah.
I sent Piff an email earlier this week. After I'd received the stuff, after I received my Piff care package, which included a whole bunch of the Piff the Magic Dragon comics and a deluxe edition of the Piff the Magic Book Volume 1.
Yeah.
What was I saying? You were aware of all the issues. Okay, yeah. So, anyway, for starters, I have bragging rights, right? Mm-hmm. And not just bragging rights. Oh, you know Piff the Magic Dragon. You do comic thingies from Piff the Magic Dragon. You're friends with Piff the Magic Dragon. Well, no, I'm not really friends with Piff the Magic Dragon. My bragging rights are I have the most pristine, better than fucking anyone else's in the world, box that the deluxe edition came in. It is perfect. There are no dents, no scratches. There's no shipping label just slapped on the top of it. It is great because it was put inside another box when it was sent to me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this should dissuade you, dear listeners, from getting the deluxe edition of the Piff the Magic Book Volume 1 because it's a very nice box sitting on top of Brogan's head right now. No, that's the book, but it looks very much like that.
The box is... I can't
behind the shadow box. There you go. See, it looks like the book though, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. It's holding up the Penn and Teller shadow box currently.
Yeah. Vertices, perfect condition. Edges, perfect condition. Faces, amazingly perfect condition. It's right there. You can see it.
I can see
almost.
it.
Yeah, there
Microphone
it is.
abuse.
I'm going to post a picture of it just to fucking brag.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was in the box under a big stack of Piff Comic Volume 1, right? And when I opened the box, I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I got a whole... This is the thing that was causing me stress and trouble. That's where I was going because I wrote an email to Piff. So basically it's saying I know how much, it caused me stress just doing the comic book. So I hate to imagine how much it caused for him. And also that I hope he's really proud of it because he should be because the quality is great. And it is very aware how much of himself is put into it now, reading the first chapter and a half. So yeah, I'm looking at it like, wow, culmination of, at the time, I was thinking, a culmination of a few weeks of stressing, freaking out, breakdowns, hard work. But then, no, it's been years worth of making these comics, which is how I see it now. Was there breaking news? Is there breaking news in the world of Brogan? Or was it just a normal notification?
It was a text, which I don't usually get. Reminder. Howdy Medical Group will be phoning you on the 23rd.
You better remember that.
I better remember that.
Yeah. That's how I see it now, right? But at the time, I'm just seeing this as this is the thing that has caused me such stress and probably responsible for, how I've been since that for so far the rest of the year. And I'm like, this is a good thing though. And pick up the book, I look at it, front, back cover, and the first thing I open to, and I'm like, oh my God, there is a printing mistake in this, and it's massive, and it's every single fucking copy has this printing mistake. I'm not saying what it is.
No. Because
I am also the only one who will ever notice it and will ever know.
Well, that's the thing, because you pointed this out to me. I can't remember if that's in bonus content or not.
It's cut. It's cut from bonus content.
But we've discussed this. Yeah. But I looked right at the error. I was like, I don't get it. You had to specifically explain to me why it was an error. I was like, oh, okay, I can understand where you're coming from. But it's not horrendous. When you first texted me and said, there's a huge error in the book, I was like, I thought it was like... I genuinely thought they'd spelt your name wrong on the cover.
Yeah, no, I wasn't Mike Donnelly. I was not Mike Donnelly. But no, it was put in, like, it helped calm me down a bit when I did say to my friend what the issue was and everything, and they were like, look at it this way. If your friend or someone you knew had gone through all this effort and spent all this time making these comics, and it has culminated in a book, how proud of them would you be? Mm-hmm. So that kind of brought me back down to reality a little bit. But now my reality is fully grounded because reading Piff the Magic Book Volume 1, there is a printing error in there.
No.
It is a half a page of text repeated.
No, where?
I think it's page 26 where the repeat happens.
Right.
But it's early on. It's next to a really cool poster as well. Just turn to page 26. Maybe not.
Okay, so
it'll be on the right-hand page.
Yep, I'm looking at it.
No, show me it if you can. Okay, so how cool is that poster?
I love that poster. Reference to Epiphanies.
Yeah. All that text there has appeared a few pages prior. And that's half a page of text.
No, surely.
It's like, read the last paragraph on the page next to it, and then you start the new paragraph, and it's like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. And then I keep reading. It's like, oh my god, I've read this already.
No.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, shit.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
that
no,
is,
Bob.
Hey, it's first printing. It's first printing.
That's true.
There's always going to be issues and an error on first printing. But does this come down to Handsome Jack? Is this Handsome Jack's fault? Is this Vanishing Ink? Were there other editors? Were there other people who read the book?
Do we know who the proofreader was?
I feel like if I was a proofreader, I would have picked up on that. It could have been a last-minute change. It could have been an accidental copy and paste. It could have been anything.
Yeah, the text. So it's the last two paragraphs on page 18 and the first on page 19 is repeated on page 27.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, wow. It's across two different pages. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. I think
Bob.
When it comes to things like this, when it comes down to first ventures into something, there's going to be something that doesn't sit right no matter what, especially when it's artistically done, when it's an artistic thing.
Yes.
And that I think that's what makes it hurt a little bit more than it should. Yeah. When it's really, it's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The book is still fucking gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
absolutely no reason not to buy it.
Exactly. And I do hope that Piff is incredibly proud of it. I want this bit cut. How long did it take for Teller to come back to Piff and point it out?
Fucking Teller was reading that on stream.
Teller was
he was actually reading it.
He was actually reading it.
He probably picked up on it. Because it's only,
I don't think he got far enough. I don't think he got, to that point on stream. But I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if he turned around. And I don't think Teller's the kind of person who would point it out on live stream. I don't think he is.
Oh, no, absolutely not. And you know what? He even reading it on live stream, Teller would not have been the first person to notice. I'm sure they're well aware. Yeah. They're well aware of it. Yeah. And second printing, that'll be fixed up. Yeah. I'm saying it now. I'm going on record saying there's going to be a second printing of this. I don't know anything for sure. I'm saying based on what I reckon sales are going to be and just the quality of the content.
Are we getting a fixed copy? We should get
I just said I know nothing. I'm basing it on what I think.
This is me questioning the universe. This is not me questioning you specifically. This is me what do you think?
Oh, so you're saying, Wayne, are you going to drop some coin on some second printing of Piff the Magic Book Volume?
No, I'm saying our Vanishing Ink going to be like, we fucked up, here's an amended copy.
Are we personally? No, absolutely not. No, that's not how the publishing world works.
It's not, but it should.
No. No, that is not how things work in the real world, Brogan.
No, it's not.
No, not at all. I feel like I say your name a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't think you say my name very often.
What makes you think that
I'm not
way?
saying that you should. Shut up, don't say it. It sounds weird.
Are you now suddenly self-conscious, Wayne, about me saying your name, Wayne?
Well, that's why I bring it up. It's like, is it weird that I say your name often?
I've never noticed.
Okay, good. Now you're going to notice it every time I say Brogan.
I know. I mean, and you're going to notice it every time I say Wayne. I mean, do you know what feels even weird? Because I'm wearing a hockey hoodie. So every time I say Wayne, even though I'm looking right at you, I'm not thinking Wayne Giovinazzi. I'm thinking Wayne Gretzky.
You're thinking Wayne Gretzky? Good,
yeah.
good.
I am not even wearing the correct team.
The great one. Yeah. No, Wayne Gretzky never played for the Vegas Golden Knights.
No.
Who, Mitzula has made me aware are on a 5-0 winning streak right now.
I'm not surprised.
Sorry if
they are
that's a
the Stanley
spoiler.
Cup champions.
Yeah, Stanley Cup champions, Vegas Golden Knights, 5-0 winning streak.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I still feel like I should watch hockey, but then I'm like, I don't have time I don't have care to watch much of anything, so...
I like what it's really the only sport I enjoy watching because, like I've said this before, even when the team that you're supporting is losing, it's still an incredible thing to watch. Just the speed at which they go on this ice.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
The skill that's required to, the moves that they make on the ice is just insane. And also the fucking commentators and announcers and the folks on the benches, it's just fucking hilarious. There's an entire YouTube series called Weird NHL for this reason.
I think that's part of the reason why we decided a long time ago now that we were not renewing our membership to the Perth Wildcats Basketball Club, right?
Yes.
And I think part of it is because we weren't going to games as often, and which we were paying for, but also they've not been playing great as well.
Yeah.
So when they are losing, it's not fun. It's like, especially when you're at a game, the energy in the... this is a Penn Jillette moment because I can't think of the word. In the theatre, the energy in the theatre, the theatre where the performers on the court are wearing their costumes.
Yeah.
Which team's in the red costume? That's my Penn Jillette moment. Theatre. Yeah. The stadium, the stadium. When the air is dead, when you can hear a pin drop, it's not entertaining anymore.
Yeah.
It's like when they're losing dramatically, it's just, And then to waste your time at home and just to watch a team lose, that's not good either. Yeah. It's not fun.
No.
But then when you've got a game like hockey, which is quite often, I guess, like soccer, aka football, low-scoring games, things can turn and change. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas basketball, you can have blowouts, so...
Yeah, I mean, even when it's high-scoring games, it can turn like that. Because I've seen due to time differences, there are times where I've watched half a hockey match and, gone to bed and then woken up. And it's been like, I don't know, say Golden Knights were against San Jose Sharks. They're like losing 3-0 to San Jose. And then I wake up and it's 4-3 to Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. What have I happened in that last round?
So you can turn.
Exactly.
But am I prepared to put in the effort to learn a new sport? I don't know. I would need to. I don't know any rules of hockey.
Do you need to know rules?
Well,
puck goes in net. You don't really need to know.
What is icing? What is icing besides a thing that goes on a cake?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
You're saying this like I know the rules of hockey. I don't. I know that puck goes in net and I watch it.
Man with stick hit puck in net. Yes!
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
Pretty much. And sometimes you'll see them like catch, or it's the scuffle at the net and you're like, oh, that just missed getting in, or stuff like that. It's good.
I'm not into contact sports though either. And the contact in hockey is usually gloves off, punchy.
I don't think I think I've seen one gloves off, punchy. And the whole time.
It's usually gloves on. You've never seen
I don't think I've seen them ever drop gloves.
Okay. So you've never seen a Happy Gilmore drop gloves, takes off skate, tries to stab another player?
No.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen players, like, I don't know the correct term for this, drive other players into the glass. You know, that happens a lot.
I'm going to say, I'm sure you see players go to the sin bin all the time.
Oh,
so power plays can happen and shit because of that.
Yeah.
So.
VGK
See, I know a
famously
little bit about
cannot.
hockey.
VGK famously cannot play power plays. Really,
Really?
Like,
So they have a
honestly.
power play in their favour and they just can't
They
take
just can't
advantage
do
of them?
it.
Wow.
It's like a curse. It's like
No.
I know that your guys are the one with a team member down, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. See, look, that's just probably it's just how it's become and how it's seen, even though it might not be true, because you see the failures more often than the wins. Mm-hmm. But I have on that front, I'm in the camp of conspiracy. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the Perth Wildcats and the last couple of years and them not performing as well.
What happened?
All right. The owner of the team, Jack Bendit, now deceased, I think it was actually his wife, sold the club, right? Mm-hmm. The Bendats, big charitable figures in the West Australia community, things like that. Seem to be decent people.
Yeah.
Also seem to be wanting to make Western Australia, Perth Wildcats, a decent fixture and something to be proud of in Perth. So it got sold to the company who owns the same team, Melbourne United, the team Melbourne United Basketball Club. They're in the same league, right? I'm thinking, well, Melbourne, bigger than Perth, bigger draw card perhaps, maybe a bigger audience. So they're not putting in the time and effort as they would and potential money into the Perth Wildcats as they have or would for Melbourne United.
Yeah.
And if they're a team based out of Victoria, maybe they want to see Melbourne United win and they want to see the Wildcats, fall in ranks. Can't help but be on that slight conspiracy side of things.
Yeah.
Especially when I looked at the NBL ladder today and saw that Melbourne United are on top of the ladder.
Yeah, there was something similar going on with hockey, like way back in the early days. With this guy Eddie Livingston, and the other club owners fucking hated him, and it was hilarious to the point that they couldn't get him out of the league, so they shut down the league and then restarted a new one like 3 days later. And
it was it the No Eddies Allowed League?
It was essentially the No Eddies Allowed League. To the point that a reporter actually asked, "Oh, will Mr. Livingston be invited?" And one of the guys turned around and went, "I guess we forgot." Fucking Stone Cold Savage.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Sports, hey. We don't often talk sports ball.
We don't.
I wonder. Yeah. We don't know much about sports, I guess, really.
Not really. I'm not disinterested in sports, but I tend to like the behind the scenes stuff. I like, apart from hockey, I do like watching hockey, but like I say, hockey is a genuinely weird game. It's completely bizarre, and that's why I love it. I have a slight love for American football, but
because you're into NFL a little bit, weren't you, before hockey? I think
I was hugely into NFL a few years ago, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago now.
This was before the 12th of November, 2021. How am I meant to know this?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, before I started listening to ICS, so a long time.
Yeah,
but
wow. Okay.
But what Wayne can see and nobody else can is this series of manga here. It's called Eye Shield 21.
Which is called. I was gonna guess her name, but
what were you gonna guess?
21. Yep. I don't know. Domiko Damascus. I don't know. I was gonna whatever words came to my head.
No, it's American football.
Okay.
Based.
Gotcha. Wow. I would not have picked that at all. If I saw that on your shelf, can you just put that book back in properly, please? That's going to bug me. Just slide it back in. Make sure it's in the correct spot. Yep, there we go. All right. No, I would not have guessed that whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. So I can't remember how I started watching that, but I genuinely enjoy that. Kind of started my love for it. But the problem I have with NFL at the moment is I'm torn because, as we know, if a team is in Las Vegas, very much so.
Yeah.
If a team is in Las Vegas, then there's a chance that that's my team. But when I was into NFL, my team was the Denver Broncos. And back then, it was Oakland Raiders, who were their arch nemesis.
Yeah, of course.
Raiders have since moved to Vegas. So I'm like, I want to support Las Vegas, but I can't because Denver Broncos.
Yep.
I can't even like them both because, as we know from thanks to South Park, the Raiders are a team that we do not care for.
Yeah. Now, look, Denver. Fun fact, first of all, Robin Williams was a cheerleader for Denver Broncos one time.
Yes.
Because Mork and Mindy, Mork. I don't know for some reason. I can't remember. I've seen it, but it was so long ago. I don't remember. Have you ever seen Mork and Mindy?
Bits of Mork and Mindy.
Okay.
Because it's a Happy Days spin-off, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. But it's Robin Williams. A lot of it's funny. But there is a point when it jumps the shark and it's just not good.
Yeah. As do most things.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? Denver Broncos, Raiders. No, it's gone from my head now.
I have a Denver Broncos top that Chris sent me.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love my Denver Broncos top.
I think it would be kind of cool. Oh, I mean, I was going to say, but then like Kez has been to Allegiant Stadium. She saw Taylor Swift there. Mm-hmm. It's like it'd be kind of cool to see an event. Yeah.
I would go to a Las Vegas Raiders game. But the problem is
Raiders game, yeah.
Butthole Raiders game.
Yep.
But I don't know how I feel about the merch side of things. Because I'm like, I want Las Vegas things, but I don't.
So you're saying you don't know if you'd buy a lot or none?
I mean, that's twice I've been to Vegas. And this is after the Raiders moved to Vegas. And both times I wandered into a lot of sports merch stores. And I have not bought a single thing that's Las Vegas Raiders. Not for me, not for gifts.
Yep. Look, I have to bring this up because it's like merchandise. We're talking. It made me think when merchandise happens, you're all in. You buy everything.
Pretty much,
right?
yeah.
If it's something that, we can't talk about this because you haven't watched The Fall of the House of Usher. But I am absolutely devastated because Usher is the halftime act of Super Bowl next year, 2024, at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
When Penn and Teller had been vying, saying, need to have magic at the Super Bowl as the Super Bowl halftime show, that should be what happens. And then imagine the crossover merch.
Yeah.
Yep. And it might not even be Raiders related because when it comes to Super Bowl, they pick the venue before the teams are playing, who's decided it's in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
We should start a petition.
I think we should.
Yep.
Considering that they're all doing... I mean, I have entered multiple competitions to win tickets to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
To the point that I might have to go to my new work and be like, just so you know, February, I'm in Las Vegas. May, I'm in Las Vegas.
Yeah. So was it Lady Gaga or Katy Perry who came flying into the stadium from the roof that year?
Oh, God, I can't remember.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
The funny thing is, I tend to not watch the halftime show. Like, everybody here watches it for the halftime show, and I'm just like, what team is playing?
I'm familiar with little bits and pieces, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is they could recreate that moment even better with, Piff the Magic Dragon.
Oh my God.
He flies in to the Flamingo showroom 5 times a week at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. You can start off with Piff flying in.
Do you remember when Piff told Jade that he was the halftime show for the Super Bowl and that she wasn't invited and she almost fucking killed him?
No.
Do you not remember this?
When did this happen?
Oh, Piff had a gig somewhere that Jade wasn't going to, and it was at the same time as the Super Bowl.
Yes, I do recall. Yes.
And she almost fucking killed him.
Yeah.
Because Jade is a big football fan. And I think it was it not like her team, the Dallas Cowboys or something?
Yeah. Because Jade's a Texas girl.
Jade is a Texas girl.
So, yeah. Reading the Piff book and the origin story of Piff the Magic Dragon, talking about like when he met Jade and that, and how they headed off, and how it was years before she was implemented into the Piff show, really. As far as the timeline goes, I think, anyway. But like reading about that and reading about see, talking about the Super Bowl and Piff, it makes me think about the the Soup or Bowl show.
Piff the Magic Dragon will have the soup.
Yes, so we're talking when they were doing the COVID live streams.
I remember this.
And yeah, so reading that in the book, it feels very nostalgic. It's like, oh, those times, hey, those times. But I'm saying like good things, not like we live in a pandemic world where things are, where things are going to Twitter, aka hell. Fun fact. By the time of this recording dropping, Hey Buddy Nice Podcast at NicePodBud is now on Blue Sky Social.
Ooh. And I think we both individually on Blue Sky?
I am.
So
I don't know about you.
That's what I was doing
Okay. As of time of the recording, no. But as time of release of episode, yes.
Yes. We're both actually we're both on there just now, but I don't have an icon or header or anything set up.
Yeah. I looked for you and I couldn't find you.
Oh, literally, if you look for me now, I'll be on there.
Oh, now, okay. So what you're saying is that both of us today have signed up to Blue Sky.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yep. So I'm guessing it's at Wayne Geo and at 7 Billion Needles and at NicePodBud.
Absolutely.
Cool. When I signed up for it through my invite code that I was gifted by Justin Froyoke SoftServe, opened the app and I'm like, this is just Twitter. This is just Twitter. What the fuck?
But is that a bad thing?
But I'm talking about not terms of content, terms of looking at the layout and design.
Well,
it is identical.
Exactly. That's the thing. We want Twitter, but just not owned by,
Okay. I could eat lasagna every night, right? I could be given lasagna for dinner 7 nights in a row. I'm like, oh, here's a lasagna from such and such restaurant up the road. And here's the next night, here's a lasagna.
Why do you love lasagna so much?
Because that was the last thing I ate.
Okay.
Before recording. I could have a lasagna from another restaurant. Here's a frozen lasagna. It's like they're all, okay, cool. They're all lasagnas. They all look identical, right? Then how about one day after night of lasagna, it's like, here's a deconstructed lasagna. It's the same thing, completely different.
Have you been on TikTok and seen that lasagna soup? Is that's where this is going?
No, not at all. Lasagna soup is doable.
It's doable.
Beef, onion. You minestrone it up a little bit, more vegetables, and little pasta noodles. That's all it fucking is.
Yeah. I learned about this from a TikTok account where it's an American woman and her Italian husband. And her Italian, I love them because honestly, I love this man. He's just fucking hilarious. And she went, "Do you want?"
Does he go bibbidi-bobbidi-bobbidi?
No, but the amount of times that he does the hands thing, and she tells him, "You have to speak without doing the hands thing," and he has to hold his hand down. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
but she was like,
it's very much like holding an angry goose, and it's trying to peck you. Pretty much, it is.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was absolutely fucking horrified. Thought of lasagna soup, and I thought she must be making this up. And then I scrolled a little bit further and went, "Oh no, this is a thing apparently."
Oh wow, okay, yep. See, I'm of Italian descent, and I do a lot of hand gestures, but there's none of this. It's mostly this, and
I do this a lot.
Fingers,
but it's a lot of chef's kiss.
Yeah. Chef kiss is different because chefs could come from France.
That's true.
Or Italy. That's the only place where chefs are allowed to come from. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cuisine-wise, at least. Yeah. Yep. You haven't heard of that famous Scottish chef, have you?
Gordon Ramsay's Scottish.
I thought he was English.
Where
was Gordon Ramsay born? What does it say on his birth certificate?
I think he grew up in England, but his mother is definitely Scottish.
Okay. All right. Have you been watching the latest season of Ghosts?
I've seen all of the latest season of Ghosts.
Oh, I've seen episode 1 and 2.
3 was out on Friday, but it's all on BBC iPlayer, so I've seen it all.
Okay. All right. Was it episode 1 or episode 2 that you learn what's his face is actually Scottish?
Oh, yeah, they done that a lot, and I'm like, Matthew Bainton, stop doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Please stop.
But what Okay, what about Taskmaster? Have you been watching the latest season of Taskmaster UK? I need you to watch episode 2.
I
Because
haven't.
there's a bit of a rant.
Can
God damn it.
But before we go back, I've just double checked. Gordon Ramsay was born in Scotland, Renfrewshire.
Okay.
So
All right.
he's one of
Good
ours.
on him.
We have him. We have Uncle Gordon.
You can have Uncle Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Did you call him Uncle Gordon because of Uncle Roger?
Yes.
Or would it be Nephew Gordon?
No, he has his uncle title back.
Yeah, it should be Uncle because Gordon Ramsay is older than.
It's
how have I
not.
forgotten his name already? Uncle Roger.
Nigel Long.
Nigel Long, yes.
No, it's not based on age. It's based on ability.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
he
That's something I
reviews-
didn't know about Malaysian culture.
No, certainly for Uncle Roger, when it comes to chefs, if you don't pass it, if he reviews your video and you're just like, no, that was terrible technique. It's you stay nephew or niece, but if you pass the test, then you are uncle or auntie.
Yeah. That's why we were talking about Uncle Roger. I don't think this made it on to air or not, but about the journey, the adventure that my Piff care package took to come to me. Holy shit. So like all deliveries, everyone's delivery starts off in California. California. I don't know if that's a warehouse where it gets printed or what. Anyway, mine left California. Like logic suggests, let's send it, at least somewhat west. But no, the parcel went to Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
It went north fucking east. It's like, okay, maybe they're going the long way. Maybe they're going to keep going east with this package. But no, they're like, you know what? It's going to Australia. Let's take inspiration and fucking boomerang this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But let's not send it south at all. Let's just send it a little bit more north to Alaska. So now it's been to 2 cold places, I guess. Is it winter? No, what? I don't know. It's autumn. It's fall. It's fall. It's doing a fall tour. That's what it was. And then they're like, all right, we're heading west now. So let's go west, but not so far west that we consider this west. We call this the Great East, which is China. It made its way to China. And you know what? It spent less than 2 hours in China. That was amazing because it spent days in these other places.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours because China knows how to fucking ship some shit.
Yeah.
Just saying. It left China. It went to Malaysia, home of Uncle Roger.
Yep.
And after that, it just took a short hop across like a river, a little bit of sea to Singapore. Yes. It was doing the Asian tour now as well. Yeah, it just wanted to stay near the equator for a little bit longer. Yeah, because if you don't know,
it needed to
Singapore
heat up
is
again.
basically on the equator. It needed to heat up after doing the cold tour of Alaska and Ontario, Canada. That's it.
I mean, they wanted to deliver you a package, not a block of ice.
Yeah. It needed to defrost. It needed to thaw.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the guy with the hammer, because I just realized the way I say that, it doesn't necessarily sound like an AW or an OR.
Thor.
Thor.
I'm
Thor
Thor.
like a cat paw.
That hurts.
I'm Thor. Yeah. From then, it made its way to Australia. And thankfully, Western Australia, it didn't go to the eastern states where packages go to die in Sydney, in New South Wales, in a suburb called Chullora, because that's where they make it to Australia and they just live for weeks.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this had to be like cheaper shipping is the only reason why it did it. But the day it landed in Australia, the next day it was on board for delivery.
Nice.
So that was good. That was good. And I did the thing where, because I've been checking it multiple times a day for this week and a half or whatever it had been in shipping, just for shipping updates. The day that it was on board for delivery, I was doing the same thing. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to take my headphones. I'm going to go up to the shop. I'll buy an energy drink. I'll take the iPad. I'll drink my energy drink out on the front porch while like doing some little drawings. Listening to music. Durry, by the way, is who I'm listening to at the moment. Durry, based out of Minnesota. I walk up to my car, to go and... Actually, I was going to walk up to the shop to get the energy drink. Mm-hmm. There was a delivery van out the front. So just like kicked that plan in the dick.
Yeah.
But for happy reasons, I guess, which turned out to be very conflicting reasons. Yeah. So, of course, the moment I decide to do something, that plan gets, like, ruined. But that's fine. I'm fine. I didn't need to draw.
I mean, if that's why it's getting ruined, that's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, it was a good reason. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. Wait. Okay, yeah, we still got a bit of time. We could probably do one more topic of conversation. But I say let's keep it off of the list so we can record a second episode. Because if we keep it off the list, we'll have content for next episode.
Yeah. I wonder what route your care package will take, which hasn't been posted yet.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, have you posted it? Because it's easy to track if you've posted it.
No, I haven't posted it yet because I'm waiting for certain things to come in, which, because I sent Chris and Joe with their care packages, because Chris gets them because my nephews needed Percy Pigs.
Of course.
And it actually arrived when Chris was there this time, so he's like, oh, there is stuff in this package. Yeah. Whereas last time he found an empty box. So he's like, I don't, because the package arrived when he was in Vegas, and the package was addressed to the boys, not Chris. Mm-hmm. So they just opened it and destroyed it.
All right. I thought you were saying you forgot to put shit in it. I'm like, this is very odd.
No. Chris came back and he was like, I know that you told me there was stuff in here, but I genuinely think all he found was an empty packet of Percy, just the packet of Percy Pigs. And I was like, this is what was in there. He's like, I have not seen any of that. He's like, I haven't even found the wrappers. Yeah. So, but I was having to laugh because I had to repackage Jobith's because I tried to send him Iron Brew and they're like, you can't send cans of Iron Brew. I was like, why? They're
you
like,
have to send a bottle.
Yeah. They were like,
wait, what? No.
They were like, what? They were like air pressure and all that. And I'm like,
so you're telling me every single can I've ever received has only traveled by ship? Oh no, I guess they're made in Australia. Yeah, never mind.
So I was like, okay. So I had to unpackage it, and I was like, I'll just have to take these myself and package them and send them in America.
Or a glass bottle.
But
because you're not of glass.
The problem is what I was sending. I think Jobith knows what I was sending him, which was summer variants.
You brought cans of Iron Brew to Vegas this year on your carry-on.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm calling shenanigans airlines and postage service.
Yes. So anyway, I had to go. They wouldn't let me post it. So I had to go and repackage it. So Chris has got sent a day early. And Jobith still arrived first.
Oh, wow, yeah.
By like 4 or 5 hours, but still arrived first. And I was like,
I need to reach out to the cheese bags who get the envelopes to see if they got my first envelope that I sent with stuff in it.
Yeah. I know Andrea got my latest one because she posted it on
I saw
Twitter.
it posted. Andrea posted about it. It was great. Thank you, Andrea.
Yeah.
But look, speaking of care packages and Chris, first of all, I've got stuff to send you in a care package now. It's all going to be art related. Yeah. I've got nothing else. Stuff that can be sent with postage stamps.
But still.
Stamps. Yeah,
care package, and you know what everything is. Care. What you can see right there, that's Mox's care package.
Oh,
which,
I thought it was mine, which looks like an iPhone 15 on top.
I said as if I would keep yours on screen. It's not an iPhone.
Yeah.
No, it's...
You're smarter than that.
I mean...
Hey, look, one of the things I'm sending you is on screen. Look, you can see it sitting next to the Piff box. I've already sent you a photo of it because it's also going to the cheese bags, which we don't talk about because it goes to the cheese bags. But, okay, so I'm going to send the same stuff to Chris because he deserves stuff.
Yeah.
But speaking of Chris as well, and care packages and all of that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Bonus content. I just posted episode 99 and episode 100 bonus content. Episode 99 bonus content is really good. That was our episode with Chris.
Oh.
And Chris is a funny guy.
Chris is funny.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is that because we actually recorded 2 episodes with Chris.
We did, yeah.
One of them hasn't been posted yet. Yeah. And I was like, is that the one? I was like, no, that's not the one where I...
Yeah.
Yeah. No spoilers.
I don't remember anything about that episode right now because it hasn't been edited yet. Oh, yes. Okay. I do recall. Yep. And look, if you would like to listen to this quality content, we have many hours of extra content for patrons.
Yeah.
And all it takes is a few dollars, and you get access to this back catalogue of bonus content. And it's in its own special feed as well. So you don't have to go to our Patreon site to download them and stuff like that. It's all just like show up on your phone or your device, whatever you listen on.
Yeah.
I guess. Not Spotify. No, not Spotify. So who listens to who listens to podcasts on Spotify? I don't know.
A lot of people, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But no. So yeah, a few dollars our way, that gets you access to the bonus content. But also a bit more at our Envelope Club tier. You will get this stuff that I'm going to be sending Brogan, and it varies month to month. Like, because one month Brogan sends out an envelope to you, another month I send it to you.
Yeah.
And that happens every month that you're a subscriber at that level.
Yeah.
Like this, what I'm sending you for October, it's got an art print. I've just thought of a couple of sticker ideas as well that I'm going to try and get sorted, which I need to send within the next 9 days. But yeah, it's I think we're getting some quality physical stuff out of this. Yeah,
there's some stuff that I've got planned for November, one of which is a bonus thing, because I have an actual thing planned for November. But there's going to be a little bonus thing in there, which I'll tell you later on, because it's a surprise.
In the break.
Break.
Cool. Yeah. But look, if you're unable to support on Patreon, that's perfectly fine. We just appreciate you for listening every week, up to 2 times a week. That's right, up to 2 times a week, because not every week we post 2 episodes. Sometimes I may be coming back from Sydney and be unable to edit an episode in time to put up for a second episode that week. But look, we guarantee you 1 a week, unless like we're both abroad and unable to like record. But we appreciate you for listening. And if you do want to help us out, share your favorite episode with someone you think who might like it. Say, hey, I know of 2 stupid people who live on different sides of the world who record a podcast multiple times. Well, technically it's only 1 time a week, I guess, but it's multiple episodes.
We do press stop in between. That counts.
We do, yeah. We stop recording and we restart recording. So that definitely counts. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that would help. Growing our audience base is what we want to try and do. But you can also reach out to us. You can be a part of the show. You can send us an email, and it could just be an email. You could be fluffing our Garfields, telling us how much you like us, or it could be content towards the show. Maybe you've seen a license plate or a bumper sticker that is comedic, or maybe you've done some art crimes. Art crimes.
Our favorite kind of art crimes.
Our favourite kind of crimes in general. You're going to say favourite kind of... Art crimes are my favourite kind of art crimes.
I didn't know if I wanted to say my favourite kind of art or my favourite kind of crime, so it's technically both.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. How do you feel about perjury?
Nah, I could take it or leave
crime.
it. I could take it or leave it.
Okay, all right. I appreciate that then. All right, fine. But yeah, art crimes. We've got an art crime coming up next episode. A user-submitted art crime. We love them. Or, look, it's been a while. We haven't done an accent challenge in a long time, and it's going to take something special to make us say, you know what, we're going to do this as an accent challenge. And you may have that challenge in your brain, and you may send it to us, and we're going to go, holy shit, you've just reawoken the beast.
Yep.
And you can do that by emailing us, admin@nicepodbud.com, or you can reach out on, I'm going to say Twitter, Blue Sky Social, Facebook, all of those things.
Facebook is a last resort because we don't
Facebook is
it.
a hard one. Facebook's a hard one because I lost the message from our next episode's art crime and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But look, however you send it to us is fine. Remind us. If you haven't heard back from us, just kick us in the back of the head and as a reminder kind of thing.
Yeah. Give us a couple of weeks because,
Oh, yeah.
things happen.
Yeah. Things happen, yeah. But you can also support us financially as a show by going to nicepodbud.com/store, and we have a whole range of merch there that you can buy, which is, most of it's like got to do with the show. Some of it is just random
Some of it's just
that
us.
we've made. Some of it's us, yeah, yep. There's some I say us, but there's some Brogan related stuff you might be interested in, because everyone wants the Brogan stuff.
Everyone wants me.
Yeah, but individually. So if you really do want Brogan, individually you can support Brogan by going to 7billionneedles.com and buying fine wares.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to say, if you really do want Brogan, then, win my finger butthole.
That's finger butthole, yes.
Still open.
And then gain approvals.
Gain approval. But if you want to support Wayne, you can go to twitch.tv/WayneGeo and see him do the streamy thing.
Streamy thing is going good. Thing's going good. Oh yeah, but I will talk about it next episode. But I've been playing Super Mario Brothers Wonder on there. It's been but there's a little teaser for you, I guess. Yeah, there we go, teasers. But yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.